show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, hey, what the fuck? And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash.
I really don't know why it doesn't fill up the whole screen when we do that. Like, I think
I don't know.
I don't like. I think I've done something silly to this thing. I don't know what it was.
I don't know. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
So I'm trying to. Yeah, I have no idea. Shit. Okay. So I'll have to try to figure that out at some point. Anyway, so yeah, I accidentally picked a shit ton of headlines.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened was, like, I finally got the power back on, and then we had to turn the computer off because, like, I guess when the light power went out, it caused the TV to act up. And so, like, it had these weird lines at the top of the screen. I'm like, fuck. You know, I hit it a few times. Don't tell my boyfriend because he gets mad when I hit electronics. Because this is why they don't work. And I'm like, no, bro. I hit them because they don't work. They started it, obviously. I wouldn't hit it if it worked correctly. But he does not find that funny. But anyway, this is a TV show. He might find it funny, but not when I do it. Right. But and so, like, you know, when your stuff all goes down, you got to hit the restore. And, like, apparently it restored, but I couldn't find it. Like, apparently it was like 2 tabs open. It was like one over the other. Like when you open Chrome twice or something, you got a separate page area where your tabs. Anyway, so I felt like I had to start all over and try to find headlines. And then I found the restored tab, so it ends up twice as many. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And I was like, okay. So yeah, that's kind of what I did. Plus, I found some like crazy shit. Like, let me see. All right, I was taking a gander. And a few things on Twitter. Like, I don't usually go. Well, sometimes I go for Twitter.
Right.
But sometimes it just. Oh, hello, Daniel. How are you, sugar? So glad you're here. Oh, actually, I forgot. Let me go to my little thing because I'm always bad about this, and I keep forgetting I need help.
Do you need something presented, or I'm
about to.
Okay.
My little fundraiser link, I completely forgot.
Oh, Craig.
I keep forgetting about that because, like, people usually go in, they're like, yeah, and it's already ready to go, and the link's there, and I just like, I forgot. Like,
howdy, Troy.
Hello, meow meow.
He's being a little ambiguous about how he feels about something, but
I'm not. They've been doing some silliness lately, so I'm not even sure which thing he's upset about. To be honest,
oh, like, he's not upset.
Some people seem upset that, like, apparently they've gotten rid of something that allows agencies to make their own rules, and I'm like, hold on, this is a good thing. Because ATF is a huge, EPA and the ATF are huge examples of why agencies should not be left to just determine, like, the law and what they should.
No,
I mean, that's 2 big ones because the EPA, and I don't know if they still do this, but I feel like if no one stopped them, they probably are still doing this.
Oh, yeah.
But there was times when, if you had wetlands or, but I had to slip that in again. But that they could, like, find a reason to take your property for the greater good of the environment. And, like, it's not anyone you really elect. It's just an agency.
Yeah, I know. Rand Paul talked about that in detail in his book, Taking a Stand. So.
Exactly. I mean, I haven't read the book, but I'm like, yeah, what he said. So I'm sure he's probably right.
Do away with all 3-letter agencies, especially on the federal level.
I would love to open my own gas station and have it called ATF. I've heard that people would say that would be a great name for a gas station where you get your alcohol, your tobacco, and your firearms.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, that would be awesome. I think that would be hilarious to do.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Troy. Anything that reins them in, I have a lot of friends who would scream to hear me say this, but yeah, I think curtailing them is a capital idea.
It does make me wonder the people who are upset about this, which is hard for me to wrap my head around, is like what is it that they like about these agencies? Like, it doesn't mean that like everything's going to completely fall apart. It just means that the judges and stuff who are supposed to interpret the law, that's their fucking job, so they'll be doing their job. So I don't know why they want unelected twat waffles deciding how the rules are and laws are to be interpreted. Like, I don't understand why they would be upset about that unless they just don't understand it. So, yeah. I mean, maybe I'm not understanding it, Hey, I mean, uh-oh. Oh, yes. Shit, dude. I hope you have a fireproof panic room. They haven't told you to set fires. Meow, Dante, how are you? Glad to have you here. Ooh, hairball. All right, I guess we'll get started with the thing. And now, some of these are headlines, and some of these are just, well, there's actually one that's not political. I'm just sort of like, what the fuck? I guess. So, here we go. Like, it took how fucking long to give Robert Englund a fucking star on the Hall of Fame? That dude has been Freddy Krueger for 40 years. What the fuck? How could anyone do him like that? Now? Only now he's getting this?
That is wild. It makes you wonder what's going on there in Hollywood.
Robert Englund and John Carpenter. What took so fucking long? Holy shit.
Sure,
You're telling me Trump got a star on the Walk of Fame before these two? What kind of fucking shit is this? That's horse shit to me. These guys are these guys are legends. What the fuck?
John Carpenter. There must be some mistake.
Right? And I'm like, that's fucked. I saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm going to bitch about that for a second. Like, I know that's not your normal news and everything, but I saw that. I'm like, I guess I'm surprised. I would have figured they would have already had one there. Like,
I guess on the positive side, better late than never. Glad they finally got it.
So crazy. Like, the early 2000s, mid 90s, early 2000s would have been the time. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, it took them this fucking long. I'm so glad they're still fucking alive to see it. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. At least it's not posthumous.
Yeah, that would be so offensive. Yeah. It's like, yeah, go ahead, tell somebody they're appreciated after they're gone.
Has Hollywood ever done that? I wouldn't put it past them, but
I wouldn't be surprised. But I that's something I'd have to look up later, or you could.
Yeah.
Now I have a notification. What is this? Wow, it's just people talking. Okay. Anyway, so somebody goes, "What in the fucking hell are we supposed to do with this?" That's a good question. According to this, we've been accidentally cooling the planet, and it's about to stop. What?
What?
I mean, the wintertime, I feel that. But still, what? Humans, fossil fuel burning has cooled the planet, which makes no fucking sense to me at all. I mean...
And Troy is asking if you are on Twitter. I don't know if you are. I know you're on Facebook.
I'm on Twitter. It would be hard for me to see things if I didn't have Twitter.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
I don't think I follow you on Twitter, actually, though.
I thought you did. I thought you just didn't. Oh, hold on.
I'm pretty clueless when it comes to social media stuff.
That is me. Yeah.
Oh.
The obnoxious truth teller is certified in curmudgeonry.
There you are. Oh, I think maybe I do. More of the Epiphania Kitty. Okay.
Location, your mom's house. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I'm following you.
I thought you did. I just remember you said you check your Facebook more often than you do your Twitter, so that's why we didn't really communicate on there.
I'm getting to be the other way around because I see less censorship on Twitter. There's still enough, don't get me wrong, but I see less of it there than I do on Facebook anymore.
And then this part confuses me. It's widely accepted that humans have been heating up the planet for over a century by burning coal, oil, and gas. Earth is already warmed by 1.2 degrees Celsius. And I'm like, wait, so you're saying it was cooling and now it's warming? Like, I feel so confused. So he's like, you're supposed to follow science blindly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get that alive. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, just like this guy says, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, it's like they want to have their cake and eat it too, which is
Well,
basically.
you're going to say the assholes that want to stop CO2, but like plants and algae and shit live off that. Like, fuck
Yeah.
that. I thought that was strange, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm confused by this, but nobody's
Yeah,
saying anything.
I kind of always felt like the best thing we could do for the environment would be, just pollute less and plant some trees. And other than that, we should just not, all this weird government hopscotching is stupid.
And something that people have stopped talking about, at least a lot of people have stopped talking about, is yes, the trees, yeah, but we need to clean up the oceans too.
We do.
A lot of oxygen comes from the oceans, and I think the science has made us try to forget about that by focusing on trees and carbon emissions and shit.
Well, my whole thing with all of it, I mean, I'm at heart, I'm a tree hugger, but I notice that every time, maybe I should say every time, but quite often when they come up with a policy, it's not hurting the big corporation or China or the people who are
going after little people.
Yeah, it's going after you and me. And, that's great and fine, I guess, but you're basically going to impact it 2 or 3%.
Right.
And make our lives.
I am not going to walk 5 miles to Walmart just so some celebrity can get on their private jet and fly to the next state over to get themselves a fucking morning coffee. Fuck that.
I think that's what they expect of us, though.
Well, they can absolutely actually, the thumbnail on this live stream says the commies can suck my star-spangled banner. So they can do exactly that.
I think Troy likes your thumbnail. I could be wrong, but I suspect he likes it because it's pretty clever.
Yay! Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Oh, it is. It's hilarious.
Because someone had posted it, and I'm like, yep, I like it. Go to use this.
Troy started telling the tree huggers, if you don't like us burning coal and oil, back off of nuclear.
Right? I mean, we got to have something.
Okay, hopefully this doesn't get to the wrong person, but don't tell that to Putin's cat. Okay, now I'm going to keep my mouth shut. What? Actually, I like Putin's cat, but he gets all up in arms about nuclear power and stuff. It's kind of, kind of funny.
Well, cats are passionate, so.
Well, yeah, you got a point. You
can't blame him. I mean, being up in arms is all right as long as he's not being shitty to people.
Yeah, he never quite crosses that line. Not quite.
See, that one really can't fault him for, believing in a cause as long as he's not hateful to everyone.
Yeah.
So I would still say that he's a good cat.
He's very passionate, but I don't think I've ever caught him being hateful. So,
right, that's what I'm saying. Because I mean, we need to be passionate about shit. People need to be. They need to find what their thing is and be passionate about it. So,
and I think my thing is sleep. That's what I'm most passionate about these days.
That is totally okay.
I didn't mean to rile you up, Troy.
Oh, whoops. Uh-oh.
I'm being a little passive aggressive here, Troy. Please forgive me.
Yeah, Kronos.
Kronos, howdy. And yes, Troy is passionate about booze. I don't know that I'm passionate about it, but I
used to be a little too passionate about it.
I work with it, and I gotta admit, hopefully my sister never hears this, but every now and then it's good to self-medicate. So
I hear that. I self-medicated a lot. But anyway. Anyway, so this person says, pay attention to how the Israeli operatives manipulate people angry with Trump case. Here's an Israeli organizing protest to pressure District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office to go after people protesting Israel. So, yeah, so it says tomorrow outside his office.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, this guy was seen like late last year making an absolute ass of himself. I'm trying to find it because somebody posted it somewhere. Fuck. Oh, maybe it's here. This guy, yeah, he made a public scene because they were protesting, and he went out there and look, he's
what in the world?
Yeah, he threw a huge temper tantrum. when he found out they weren't going to break up the protest. And he's out there looking all sad and shit. And he just made like such a public idiot of himself. And I think there was some other stuff going on with this guy. So he like kept a low profile for a little while. And now has bounced back and is trying to get protests going. Like, so if people are upset about the Trump case, he's encouraging them to go protest about something else that has nothing to do with like what they're upset about.
Thinking it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to use them like, well, since you're all fired up, come get mad over here.
Troy is reassuring me that passive aggressive is fine, but that Troy himself is actually aggressive.
Yeah.
It is a little known truth that if you look up passive aggressive in the dictionary, you will find a picture of my ex-wife.
Anyway, also this says that this video shows pro-Israel side was extremely violent. The protest was held outside the real estate event selling homes in occupied Palestine. So yeah, there was a synagogue in LA that was having like an auction or whatever, selling off the real estate before they've even cleared it. And people were protesting it. Palestinians and non-Zionist Jews were out there protesting it. And it was showing the this guy on camera, he actually looks like he's drunk.
Yeah, probably.
He said, "Go to Gaza, we're going to kill you."
Wow.
Let me make this a little bigger so you can see it.
I'm surprised that site didn't get blocked. And by the way, YouTube, this is all for educational purposes. We don't necessarily agree with any of these people, but then we don't necessarily disagree with all of them either. So, yeah.
Right. So they're getting jabbed in the ribs. That should hurt.
Yeah. I used to be in decent shape, but I think even then, and
the pro-Palestinian ones are getting pepper sprayed by the pro-Israel people over here because he's in that group. He's a protester. He wasn't even a cop. He was a pro-Israel protester. He just sprayed Palestinian people in the face.
You know, it's just good to know that there's good dialogue and discourse out there. These intellectual giants make me proud to share the species with them. But anyway.
Right. And so, yeah, it's, so, yeah, it just helps me know I'm on the right side seeing this gross behavior. Like, they have no shame.
Greetings, Sashi, the man from the future.
Yeah, Sashi. Welcome. Mark?
We are a part of the Sashi Nation.
Here. Oh, I already covered that. Oh, and so this person, I asked the lady because of this.
What?
Yeah, well, you don't remember that? They were talking about it for like a whole bunch in like 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember this one though. Oh, hey, it's the Orville Nation. Cool.
Yeah, Orville Nation. Anyway.
He's not in the chat, but in your thing. They don't want us to see. Oh my.
Yep.
But you know.
Mm-hmm. That kind of shit right there.
I could show this to my liberal friends and they would say it was photoshopped or something.
They probably would. Everything.
Which we're past the 8-minute mark, so maybe if we don't go too.
Okay, so right here it's claiming that it's not a federal officer. It's not. He's not holding a badge. He's carrying a vape. Really? That's weird because why would he be holding a vape like that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's
okay to let me through. I vape, dude. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's totally normal. I hold up my vape to make sure I can get through doors and stuff. Yeah, do it all the time. Fuck.
No, Troy, I absolutely did not mean that to sound like a threat to Sashi.
Wait, what did you say to poor Sashi?
I said we are a part of the Sashi Nation. I was just trying to be cool, but evidently, I don't know. Look, I have a vape. It's not a pew pew. Oh, yeah, I know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was like, let's see. Today is a good day to remind everyone that January 6th was a setup used by the Uniparty, Feds, and Intel agencies to entrap, vilify, and attempt to destroy, this, just in case YouTube gets all worked up, because I'm so fucking.
Yeah, I know we got to be careful about saying it. I hope it's
I don't
okay.
know what there was, but there was something on this thread I thought caught my attention. This guy, Ray Epps. Everybody remembers Ray Epps. Like he was an infiltrator, and he was trying to get people worked up to go do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was detained and then released. And he's like, he stormed the Capitol and stuff. So he's like trying to get everybody to do that, and then like no trouble came for him. So people try to catch him on the streets around, and he just turns around and runs away. It's funny. All right, what's this mess? Oh yeah, that. So yeah, as the Gaza war rages, Israel funds target U.S. college campuses to push to redefine what anti-Semitism is U.S. law. So they're trying to make anything that sounds negative about Israel to be anti-Semitism.
Troy is talking about the SCOTUS precedent taking another arrow out of the deep state's quiver. Now, is that the one that released some of the Jan 6 people, or is that the one giving Trump at least a certain degree of immunity?
I do not know. I do worry about that, because you generally don't need immunity if there's no proper evidence you've done anything.
He's saying both.
And it does concern me, because whatever precedent you set now, someone else will be able to use later.
Well, and
because what stops Biden from using the same concept of immunity to protect himself from the bad shit he's done?
Yeah.
So that's what I worry about. It's not just the right now; it's what happens, a president or 2 or 3 from now.
And that's the trouble with both sides of the immunity issue, because
they think about right now. They don't think about the lasting effects of it.
Did anybody else hear the chants of lock him up when Biden gave his speech after the debate?
I heard some booing, but I didn't hear that.
They've taken up. So it's basically both sides are now.
It's pretty amazing when you fucked up so bad that both sides hate you. Like, goddamn. That is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I heard that the left was going let's go Brandon. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. Can you imagine being so fucking terrible that both sides hate you? That's phenomenal. That's amazing.
I don't think the left hates him. I think they're just starting to wake up to the idea that
they don't like him. They don't want him elected. There's not many Democrats that do. There's a few stragglers holding out, but
yeah, and most of them are my friends. But anyway, and Troy is also suggesting that Alex Jones charges may be overturned too.
Because they're just doing this to punish him for speaking out. That's really all that it is. Like, now there are apparently some people who listen to Alex Jones, and according to what I was seeing, that had called the families and accused them of lying. Now, I think that's inappropriate.
That is inappropriate. Now,
especially if you're not 100% sure, that is inappropriate.
I don't know if you can blame that on Alex Jones.
Well, no, I'm going to say, if you're going to put charges on somebody, trace the call and find out who made those calls. You're going to put some charges on somebody. Like, I get that. Yeah. I mean,
but we don't believe in justice anymore. We're just going to condemn, the figurehead and go with that.
Well, I think that's craziness. Let's see. All right. So last November, just weeks into the Gaza war, I cannot pronounce this.
Amichai Chikli? I don't know.
All right, we're just gonna
I
call
don't
him Cheekley because I don't know what else to call him. So we'll just call him Cheekley because I'm not pronouncing all of that.
Okay.
Anyway, Cheekley, a brash 42-year-old Likud minister in the Israeli government. For those who are watching, Likud is the political party that Netanyahu belongs to. Just, yeah. Anyway, that's the only one that I know. I don't know any of the other parties.
Yeah.
Anyway, minister was called into the Knesset, Israeli's parliament, to brief lawmakers on what could be done on the rising anti-war protests from young people across the United States, especially in elite universities. I've said it before and I'll say it again now. I think we should, especially in the United States, be on the offensive. Cheekley has since led a targeted push to counter critics of Israel. The Guardian has uncovered evidence showing how Israel has relaunched a controversial entity as part of a broader public relations campaign to target U.S. college campuses and redefine anti-Semitism in the U.S. law. Seconds after a smoke alarm subsided during the hearing, Cheekley assured the lawmakers that there was new money in the budget for a pushback campaign, which was separate from more traditional public relations and paid advertising content produced by the government. It includes 80 programs already underway for advocacy efforts to be done in concert.
What?
Basically, there's even branches of the IDF or MOSs, I guess, for lack of a better term, MOSs in the IDF that basically have you sit in front of a computer and argue with people online and push certain narratives.
Where do I get that job?
Right? Oh my God. Pro-Palestinian people need to hire.
If it would pay the bills, I'll sell my soul. I'm ready to.
Easy there,
go to
easy
hell,
there.
You know,
no,
I'm just teasing.
But I mean, pro-Palestinians, like, I wouldn't mind being paid by them because that's something I already believe. I don't mind getting paid for something I'm already believing in.
Right.
But I'm not gonna get bought to do something I don't believe in. That's not.
Yeah, 100%. I am mostly joking about that. But having said that, if I was pushing the buttons of people I despised, and I think I could maybe do it anymore. I used to have integrity, but I lose more and more of it as I get older. Troy is saying the problem the DNC has, who else do they have? There's no one else more electable than the potato. And Sashi is saying, but he did so well. I doubted he could continue to stay upright. He proved me wrong. And Krona says, I hear France is making strides. All I know, and I in my heart, I want to agree with you, Kronos, but I want to be cautious because I often find that I don't know enough to really make an intelligent statement. Having said that, the media keeps saying that the far right is making inroads in France. I'm sure they're saying that to scare us, but that doesn't scare me.
I believe because a lot of the right, a lot of extreme right are supporters of Israel. So Israel, I think, is really working overtime. And the deep state is working overtime, making sure they have controllable puppets everywhere.
Yes. We want.
So I believe that it is true. Now, I don't mind being on the right. The extreme right is concerning. Extreme anything.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. It's like, have you heard the Frisbee song? He's a British comedian named Frisbee.
I have not.
It's your show, so I won't try to take it over. But I would suggest if you get a moment, look up Frisbee. We're all right wing now.
You'll have to send me a link to that, or remind me
somewhere. I will do that.
And it says the Voice's latest activities were conducted through nonprofit and other entities that are often do not disclose donor information. So there's no telling who's pushing this, but I'm going to guess deep state type shit.
Mm-hmm.
From October through May, Cheekley has overseen about $8.6 million spent on government advocacy to reframe the public debate. So basically, he's a spin doctor. He's spinning shit. That's basically what that is. See, here's the thing. If you're telling the truth, you don't need to spend $8.6 million to reframe debate. That's the way I see it. Because if you're telling the truth, and especially with something like this, should be fucking tons of evidence everywhere. You shouldn't need $8.6 million to reframe debate if you're telling the truth. But you do need a spin doctor if you're a lying sack of shit. Let's see.
And sorry, I muted myself so that I wasn't blaring that song all through while I send it. Will it be okay if I put it in the chat as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All these hearings were the result of our report that all these universities, beginning from Harvard, which is a wonderful institution, are taking a lot of money from Qatar.
Which is funny because everybody was claiming that Israel was sending ISIS money through Qatar. So I'm sorry, that sounds fucking interesting to me. So, you know. A former Israeli Knesset member who previously held Chikli's role and now chairs the ISGAP. I actually don't know what that is, but
hey, Cronus, in case I forgot to say hi earlier, how you doing?
Meow meow. Let's see.
It shapes congressional investigations of universities over claims that protests over Israel's human rights record are motivated by anti-Semitism. The organization has been deeply involved in the campaign to enshrine new laws that redefine anti-Semitism to include certain forms of speech critical of the nation of Israel. And I know,
and I want people to think about that. What if America made a law where it was illegal to criticize the U.S. government? How would
they
you
basically have, but anyway.
I mean, I don't get called an anti-Semite because I say the U.S. government is absolute shite.
Yeah.
I never get any pushback by anybody when I half joke that maybe we should tar and feather and vote like 98% of people out of D.C. Nobody has ever given, on any side has given me pushback. But apparently, if you're going to get all kinds of shit if you're critical of the nation of Israel.
I've gotten a fair amount of pushback from things. Maybe it's just because people think they can push me around. I don't know, but I've gotten a fair amount of pushback from anything that even seems to hint of something like that. So I don't know.
And so I find that very telling.
But I do agree with you. I know Troy's channel had talked about how there was a gaming organization that had gone the other way. Basically, you weren't allowed to nominate someone for a gaming award unless they were something or other, pro-Palestinian or something. Which I'm fine. Again, I'm fine with being pro-Palestinian, but I'm not fine with we're going to exclude you if you don't believe the crit awards. That's what he was talking about. And so, I mean, it does. I'm not saying this.
They're only doing it as a pushback for people doing it if you're pro-Palestinian, excluding you.
Yeah, and that's possible.
Try to show you. It's probably an example to say, see, this is how it looks. This is what you're doing, to make an example.
Yeah, but I'm only pointing that out because I have this terrible tendency to play devil's advocate. I'm not trying to challenge you or your views.
No, I'm just guessing that's probably the reason they did it. I mean, if they had a history of doing that all the time, that might be different.
Right. And I don't know. Troy would know better than I would, whether they do or not. This is the first I'd even heard. I'd heard of the crit awards before, but I know jack and shit about them. So, this is the one place where I actually go on the internet to cuss. So,
right. And I find this part interesting. Protests over Israel's human rights record are motivated by anti-Semitism. Let's read that slowly. Protests, over human rights records. So basically, people are upset about how people are being treated in Israel, and that's motivated by anti-Semitism. I mean, how silly is that? If I said I didn't like the way our prison for profit fucking system treats prisoners, someone goes, "Oh, you're anti-government." That'd be such a fucking thing to say. You know what I mean?
But Moira, and again, not to challenge you, but that happens. There are people, and I 100% agree with you.
I just want people to realize how fucking silly this sounds.
It is
protesting over human rights being violated, and it's motivated by anti-Semitism. How? Because the people that Israel's fucking over are Semitic people too.
Hey, Troy, I'll be there as soon as the stream here is done. So, and I'll probably get it playing in the background
Yeah.
before then. So, take care, Troy. Thank you.
Lots of hugs. But yeah, I think that's hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious and it's maddening because
It is maddening.
the
Yeah.
people are upset about how human rights are being violated and they consider it anti-Semitic. Like, what?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
weird. And Muslims are Semitic as well. They're both Semitic.
yeah, exactly.
So if I don't
100%.
like the way somebody's treating a Semitic person, I'm an anti-Semite.
Yep.
What
You
a
got
bunch
it.
of fucking double speak and whatever the fuck else that book had mentioned.
It's
It's
double
like,
plus ungood. Report
right?
to the food
Yeah,
addict.
double plus ungood bullshit like that. Exactly. I'm gonna try to remember that. That's great.
And
Yes.
say, howdy, kitty. XOXO. How are you doing today?
Oh, hello. She's a little fancy Eastern European kitty.
Woo.
Brrr. She's a fancy cat. At least she's in Canada or America, though.
If I had more class, I'd be an alley cat, but I'm
Oh,
afraid
you
I'm
had to touch me now. Damn, bruh. But I just like sometimes I like looking at little spots in the article to see what they slip and say. Like, oh yeah, they're protesting because people's rights are being violated and it's anti-Semitic. Like the fuck, the dumbness of it. That's
then interesting.
now this I thought was it. A U.S. soldier charged with building bombs for the Gulf cartel in Mexico, bruh.
What?
See, this is probably what happens when the military doesn't give people their, proper pay and benefits. But whatever.
I love his hair.
It does have volume. Mexican authorities arrested a former U.S. soldier who had just allegedly been building explosives for the Gulf cartel just south of the Texas border. The arrest had been kept largely under wraps as federal authorities built up a case against him, and he stands accused of manufacturing landmines and other explosives. Why do I never find these people? Fuck. Anyway, Texas confirmed with sources from Mexico's Attorney General's office that in May, a group of federal officers arrested Luis Anhart in Rio Bravo. I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. I don't know how to.
Tamaulipas? I don't know.
We're just going to say Rio Bravo, because fuck it.
There we go.
The arrest came during a raid at the camp used by Scorpion, faction of the Gulf Cartel. During that raid, authorities arrested several Gulf Cartel gunmen and seized various explosives and components. Almost immediately after the arrest, Mexican authorities flew to Anhart, New Mexico, or to Mexico City, where he had been held awaiting trial on various federal charges tied to Mexican weapons and explosive laws. According to Mexican authorities, Anhart is a U.S. military veteran. However, the details of his military career were not released. I fucking bet. Anhart, a U.S. citizen, is reportedly wanted in Colorado for sex crimes. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how anytime the U.S. wants to go after somebody, they throw in the word sex crimes?
I have noticed this. In fact, it's one of the reasons why I do kind of try to fly under the radar, because I really don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything real bad like that, but I really don't.
I mean, they can make something up completely if they want.
Would. And they would.
And now, I'm not saying he didn't. I mean, he could have done some sex crimes.
Yeah,
he absolutely could have. Like, I'm not saying the man's innocent. I just think it's interesting that this happens when the government is mad at you. That's all I'm saying. I just think that's an interesting pattern. Because, like, oh, well, if this part didn't upset you, we got this part. Yeah, just in case. That way we cover it from different angles.
Well, that's why they had Epstein Island. Was so
exactly. The U.S. government doesn't really care about sex crimes.
No,
they obviously don't. It's just good buzzwords to use when it's handied up to, vilify somebody.
We wouldn't have Biden if they cared about sex crimes. I'm just saying.
We would have most of the politicians.
We really wouldn't. We really wouldn't.
Anhart's arrest comes weeks after Texas reported exclusively the Scorpions faction of the cartel began using landmines and improvised explosives along various dirt roads in northern Tamaulipas. This place right here, folks. Sorry, I can't pronounce shit. Anyway, the use of these devices comes as the Scorpion faction of the cartel continues. This person did. You see this? Like that person.
Yeah,
did it.
I can't get a
apparently
job in
someone just fell
journalism,
asleep.
but these
Someone fell
guys
asleep in
can.
their face on the keyboard. Just got to hit some keys there. Anyway, continues waging a fierce turf war with a rival faction of the Reynosa called Metros. Okay.
What was this guy's name? Anhertz?
Anhart. Fuck. Where is it?
Yeah, there's a guy named Anhert Kronos
Yeah.
got Epsteined.
Oh no, he's still alive. He's just arrested.
Oh, well, never mind.
I think. Wait, hold on. Yeah, he's just been arrested. That's all. And he may not have been Epstein. Like, I mean, I don't know, but like he was making explosives for the cartels and stuff. And I'm like, I can never find people who can do this. I mean, granted, I don't know how to even try to find these people. Anyway, after initially trying to deny or suppress the information about the landmines, government officials were forced to admit that organized crime members had deployed them in the northern part of the state. Despite the claims by the government about the state, I can't pronounce that.
I don't have any idea.
Tamaulipas. Tamaulipas, maybe?
I have no idea.
Government about the state being almost free of crime. The turf war within the Gulf Cartel has led to numerous shootouts, kidnappings, and murders. That is a lot going on.
Sounds like a capital time to me.
I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, it looks like a piece of a car or anchor. Like, it has a rope attached.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's weird looking.
Yeah, I think they're...
Oh, okay. It's got little fins on it. So this looks like some kind of...
It's supposed to be a bomb or mine or something like that.
Well, mines wouldn't have these fins. This looks like something that's supposed to launch through the fucking air, and this is supposed to keep it on track. So that's my guess, because why else would these be here? So I don't know. But anyway, I think they're just taking random pictures of shit. He's not a bad looking fella. I'm gonna be honest. He looks a little grumpy, but I mean, dude.
Yeah,
he looks like he's seen some shit.
Yeah, he does. He does.
You're right. I do like his hair. It's got a lot of floofy volume. I like it. Yeah, he's probably just sick and tired of like the fucking U.S. fucking veterans over, and he's probably just kind of, in his villain arc. And I'm like, you know what? That's fair. Anyway. See, the government, the U.S. government loves to be the biggest arms dealer in the world, and they do not like competition.
No.
This right here, this is peak capitalism, motherfuckers. This is peak capitalism.
I know that I can't remember who it was, but there was some nation here a while back who was starting to sell arms, and we had to get into the middle of that because exactly like you say, we want you to buy your weapons from us. Dang it!
Exactly.
I guess Kitty, XOXO, and Cronus and Sashi are having a talk about how they need to keep their keyboards locked so that cats don't change their settings.
What? Oh, yikes. That would not be fun.
Sashi got had a cat. His neighbor's cat ran over his keyboard and changed the settings.
I have a hard time changing settings. That cat is talented. All right, let's see. So let's get to the other thing. Here we go.
Cronus, I also have no cat. I have a dog. I love my dog.
So this is from 3 days ago. Church versus state. The surge of cases around conservative Christian beliefs infiltrating U.S. courts. Okay. I swear we're going to have to start taxing the church, man. It's a pay-to-play, fuckers.
Yeah. Well, mega churches, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, depending. I mean, taxes.
Yeah, I know
how much they're bringing in. So even small churches could pay some. But that's if they're getting political.
Yeah,
New York Times opinion columnist David French joins Kathy Turr to discuss how Oklahoma Supreme Court blocked state funding for a religious public school to weigh in on other states' church junctions emerging in courthouses around the country. And this goes back to, this is a lot of the shit that Governor Stitt and Ryan Walters had fucking brought on.
Yeah. Even my conservative friends don't like that.
Exactly. And then there's some guy who's on my Facebook, and I took everything just not to comment on his live. He was like, if you're against this and you're not a Christian. I really want to be like, dude, you might argue that I'm not a good Christian, but you don't. It's not for you to decide if I am in fact Christian or not, just because I don't
Right.
agree. And so, like, that dude can. Anyway, and this is Ryan Walters, for those who don't know, and this is from 2 days ago. Top Oklahoma educators say that teachers who do not teach the Bible could lose their license. So he's
Fantastic.
threatening to take people's licenses away if they don't teach the Bible in school here. Like, the fucking audacity of this guy. This is the most closeted motherfucker. This dude is so in the closet, he's finding Christmas presents. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, no, people are not raging homophobes unless they're secretly gay. I'm sorry. You might just not like gay people, and that's fine, whatever. But people who are extra loud and bark a little extra loud, it's that squeaky wheel shit, man. I swear to God. When I was a kid, it was popular to like, oh, you're gay, and stuff like that. But the number one person who was pushing that I was gay and I was a lesbo, in my 20s, I went to a club and there she was with her wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it.
And
Well,
I've seen it.
I had a conservative friend who loved Walters right up until he did this. And then
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I knew something like that. I mean, I didn't know exactly this, but I figured it was getting damn close. And
so yeah.
So I didn't like him from the get-go because he reminds me of one of those sleazy ass used car salesmen. The dude gives used car salesman vibes. And he also gives off youth minister who's going to try to marry a 16-year-old vibes. He gives that off.
Yes.
But they won't come out about the relationship until she's 18. But like,
yeah.
He gives those vibes. And actually, I have no idea how old his wife is compared to him. I have no clue.
I don't know either.
We should probably look that up because that would be funny if there's an age gap. Like, I'd be like,
I think I will do that.
Yeah, let's see that. Let's see. I think he's like 40 or 41, so he's very close to my age. He's holding together well, but let's find out how old Ryan Walters and his wife are, because I'm curious. And how long they've been married? Hopefully,
I guess they got married in 2008.
16 years.
But it doesn't. No, this is different. Ryan Walters. Never mind. I love you, internet.
Nah, you gotta put Ryan Walters, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Okay, here is his Wikipedia page, his early life and career. He published 3 articles in the magazine The Federalist. Whoop-de-frick. I mean, that's nice. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, it's all right, I guess.
I'm a little envious myself, but then I'm a selfish, angry bastard.
No,
I don't think it says a damn thing about his wife.
See, that I find suspicious as fuck. Like, you know what? Let's go.
Where's his wife?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Let's find out. Ryan Walters, Oklahoma. Let's see what we can find. Because I'm going to try Bing. All right, so my shit's not loading correctly. Hold on. I got to hit refresh. There we go. Oh, wife. Let's see. His father was a bank executive. Blah, blah, blah. Early life and career.
She's a...
All right. No? All right. Oh. He met... let's see. Where'd he go? I thought I saw a glitch of it for a second. His spouse is named Katie. They have 4 kids. He was born in 1985. All right, so he's 39. My bad.
I cannot find a dang thing.
I find that so suspicious. That's kind of weird because usually they'll talk. Oh, here we go. He moved to Oklahoma City Metro, where he met his wife Katie, who worked in the medical field in McAllister, who is now a part-time teacher at Sunshine School at Memorial Road, and a stay-at-home mom. There are 4 children who attend public school. All right, let's see. She
Wait,
has, all right, so Violet, at the time it was written, Violet is 6, Ella is 4, Benjamin is 2, and newborn Samuel. Jeez, leave that poor woman alone. My God. Let the woman recover.
I'm going to plead the fifth on all that.
You gotta let that woman recover a little bit. Dang.
No, we
Okay.
must increase the population. The world must be peopled. Sorry.
All right, let's see.
No duck, duck, go. Yeah, sometimes I use duck, duck, go, but I sometimes forget to do it too. Oklahoma Toya.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit here.
Do it. Oklahoma's always pointing at something.
OSCN. I'll see when they got married.
Oh, brilliant.
Let's see if that will pop up. Let's see. Walters. Ryan. All right.
They'll probably have everything,
Maybe.
like a bunch of stuff about everyone else.
All right. Where's Tulsa? Wait, does he live around here, or like what county is that?
I should know this because my best friend's a teacher and had that not very spicy dirt on him. But I want to say he's east of Oklahoma City, or was. Because remember, he was. Oh hell!
What county would that be?
I'll look up
Potawatomi?
where did Ryan Walters teach?
But where's McAllister?
Yeah, that's
Didn't they say she was in McAllister when they met?
yeah. And he was born in McAllister, Oklahoma. McAllister being in Pittsburgh County.
Fuck. Okay, here we go. Wow, state of Oklahoma versus Ryan Walters. What?
Oh yeah, he's been sued because of his shenanigans.
Arresting officer for
He's
traffic.
been arrested? Surely not. Surely not.
Well, I mean, unless it's the wrong. Well, no, 1985. That's when he was born. But yeah, apparently for traffic. Arresting officer is named Donald. Oh, Ronald. I'm sorry, Ronald Site. Okay. What did he do?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should get this to the Lost Ogle.
Well, they probably already know, I reckon. They probably have like an alert thing go off when he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that's Pittsburgh County. 2015. Was it the same Ryan Walters?
Ryan Matthew. Is that the same?
1985, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. So he got arrested for what here? Traffic again. I swear to God, this kid. Jesus.
I do remember the Lost Ogle talking about him driving with a suspended license, which is not like super juicy, but you know,
right.
it's about as juicy as the stuff my best friend and I dug up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where he would have. Oh, wait, no, that's not him. Never mind. I would say married to Julie, but his wife's name is Kate. Oh, here we go. Marriage. All right. Oh, wait, that's Ryan Todd Walters. That's not Ryan Matthew, though. Okay. So where is? Okay.
Oh, Walters, you came and you made my life shitty. Why won't you go away, oh, Walters?
Ryan Walters, minister, 2009. Civil administrator. Okay, so he's got credentials. Okay.
I've got credentials in the state of California.
Oof.
I'm ordained in the Church of Dudism.
That's crazy. Oklahoma State versus Ryan Walters, 2006. Probably traffic again.
Yeah.
Defendant. Traffic. Yep. Jesus, man. Let off the gas pedal, my guy.
Learn how to drive.
All right. Anyway, let's see. I'm not finding his marriage.
Maybe they're living in sin.
Let's see.
Still wouldn't be scandalous enough, but
Well, for some of them it might be. Yeah, I
the
don't. I
dude
don't see him having
abides.
gotten married. I don't see him registered in Oklahoma as being married. I mean,
Well,
he
maybe he got
probably
married
is,
out of state. I know he went to college in Arkansas, I think,
but
if memory serves.
maybe. But seems weird because he came back here and met her. So where is their marriage? I find this suspicious because I'm trying to find out how old she was when he married her, and now I can't find any record that they got married. What the fuck?
Maybe she doesn't exist.
Maybe she was underage.
Maybe it's all an elaborate lie.
I'm suspicious that maybe she was underage when he married her, because that seems awfully weird. That wouldn't be listed. Like, so yeah, what the fuck? All right,
I plead the fifth. I don't know anything about it.
well, I have got to pee like a Russian racehorse, so I will let you discuss this. I go to the
What am I
bathroom.
discussing? U.S. military bases are something. Huzzah! We like U.S. military bases. Throughout Europe have been put on heightened alert status due to a potential terrorist attack. There's credible intel pointing to an attack against U.S. bases over the next week or so. Очень интересно. Bases in Europe on high alert. Let's look that up. The tinkle break, the tinkle break. Let's go on a tinkle break. People flock to the tired blogger as he sings about tinkle breaks. Okay, military bases in Europe put on high alert. Let's see if I can find that. And she had MSNBC. So, all right, I think this is a different thing, but it's only a day ago, so I think it's similar enough. So, according to two U.S. officials whose names were not disclosed, U.S. military bases were put on high alert over the weekend. Their level of protection was raised to the second highest. Among the bases that have raised their readiness level to Charlie status was the U.S. Army garrison in Stuttgart, Germany, where the headquarters of the U.S. European Command is located. CNN explains that Charlie status is introduced when an incident occurs or intelligence information is received that indicates the likelihood of a terrorist attack on U.S. personnel or facilities. One U.S. official stationed at a base in Europe told CNN that they hadn't seen this level of threat in at least 10 years.
Well, I wonder what that threat was 10 years ago.
I don't know. DOD official, U.S. bases. Germany is currently hosting the Euro 2024 football tournament. And I believe you had actually looked that up because there was some person trying to blame that on
Immigration.
When it
Which
was
is funny
actually.
because, ironically enough, it's just not the immigrants you picture, because it was people from different countries in Europe coming together for this tournament. So it was like British and fucking a whole bunch of other countries making a mess. So, I mean, kind of, it was foreigners, kind of. Just not the ones they were trying to implicate.
Sashi is accusing me of being a member of the Church of Ideology. I am not. I belong to the Church of the Floating Spaghetti Monster. Thank you very much. And Dudism. I would have got ordained in the Church of the Floating Spaghetti Monster, but they actually charge money. The Church of Dudism doesn't. So
I don't know why this came over here, because we still had all this. So I don't know why it jumped over here. That's a bunch of horse shit. Bad computer.
Bad computer.
Bad. Anyway,
You shall be
but
punished.
anytime, I swear to God, there's two things that go on with this. Anytime they tell us it's a potential terrorist attack, it is to keep us afraid, and also to set the groundwork so they can blame whoever they want to, and be like, everybody's like, oh, It did happen. It did happen. Most likely, Nuki, shut the fuck up. Sorry, Nuki, right now. Nuki's in heat, so she's being an absolute cunt. Sorry. Anyway, but anytime they say, "Oh, a potential terrorist attack," they're trying to keep you on your toes and afraid, and they may or may not allow an attack to happen. So they're probably going to blame it on Muslims or Palestinians, like they always do.
Makes you wonder.
Oh,
Makes you
God.
wonder.
Oh, yeah, we were going to look at this. I mean, make it bigger so everybody can read the captions, because we're not going to play the sound, obviously.
When students return to school in the fall, they'll have a Bible in their classroom. And, don't get me wrong. I'm still enough of a mealy-mouthed Christian that I'm okay with the Bible being in the classroom, but
But forcing it on somebody and threatening their teaching licenses.
Yes. To me, that's
and if a group decides they want to get together and have like a Bible study at some point, I think they should be allowed to. But making it part of the mandatory curriculum, so many people have already complained that the schools are trying to, twist the history and trying to change this and that. So why would you want them to be in charge of your children learning the Bible?
Yeah, exactly. Because who knows?
Because they say you're going to teach the Bible. So, like, are you going to leave it to the teacher on what that is? Because someone's going to do some shit out of spite and talk about how the Bible said it was okay to have slaves because it gives you instruction on how to treat them. Or let's see how, people were getting raped in that book and how, like, some dudes were, like, showing up at some dude's house acting fucking wild and shit. And he was like, I ain't giving you my daughter, but I'll give you the housemaid. Threw her outside, let them tear her up. And then he cut her into a whole bunch of pieces and mailed her to the four corners of the earth. I guess we're going to teach those good parts to the kids, right?
I have yet to hear a sermon preached on that particular story, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's at the end of Judges.
Yeah, they want to leave the good parts where they can explain. They don't want to talk about the stuff they're like, yeah, that was a douche move. They shouldn't have done that. Because that's a fucked up piece of the story. Like, wow.
Yeah, I think.
Poor girl out there to get killed.
Yeah. Well, let's face it, Lot. He was going to throw his daughters out rather than let the angels get, molested and things. And man, I don't know. I think I would rather they burn the freaking house down around me is what I would rather.
Well, they are. Just they're doing it in their own way.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And they've opened the door, and everybody, including the left, try to warn him that if you open this door, it means all the religions can be in the school too. And like the trolling the Church of Satan has done is hilarious. They let me see if I can actually find it.
I started to join the Church of Satan, but I realized I misread it.
Yeah,
what did you do?
I'm looking for something, but yeah, you gave me the cringe, so I paused for a minute.
It's a joke.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I was going to say I was starting to join the Church of Satan, but I misread it and I joined the Church of Stan instead.
Oh, the Santa? Like, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of where I posted about it.
Could it be Satan? Isn't that special?
I'm trying to think. Like, where do you go for your past Facebook stories?
I never can figure that out.
I found it once by accident, but now I'm like...
It's one of the reasons why I don't hardly ever mess with social media is I can't figure out how to do what I want with it.
Oh, so Jackson Langmeyer posted a picture of him and Ryan Walters. Apparently he had joined his church, went to his church as a guest speaker the other night. And so it says Ryan Walters, and it shows... it's actually worse that way. His hand on dude's shoulder, the way he's looking at him. And so I decided to add a little to it because it says Ryan Walters. So I added apostrophe S. The Ryan Walters story coming this summer to IMAX theaters. And I wrote, a story as old as time, forced to live a lie. Their love was forbidden. Gentle touches and so. Oh, fuck yeah, I did. And fuck these folks, anyhow. But
so wrong.
I know, but the way he's looking at him in such a lovingly fashion, it's like, yikes, that's weird. Oklahoma.
OKLAHOMA.
All right. So yeah, these guys were trolling the governor in
And
Lion
yes, I
Washington.
was totally kidding. I'm not quite that far gone. Quite.
I'm trying to find it or that because they were like, "Thank you so much," and called them the freedom of religion champions. I don't know. What's weird is this not it? Because I thought this was it. So why am I not? Yeah, that's weird. It's like it's missing. That's super strange.
I wonder if they took it down.
That's too funny for them to have taken it down. That'd be absolutely too hilarious. Like, no. Oh, that shit was funny as fuck.
Maybe it was spam. Spam, 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 spammity, spam, spam.
Apparently, so I don't know why it doesn't show here.
Okay, that was wrong of me probably to laugh at. But
Well, I can't find it, but now I'm gonna have to
I'm
go
not
look.
laughing at you. It was the
Oh, well, yeah.
lines that, you know, I won't even sing it since I cringed you out before.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Did I post it
Oh,
over
hey,
here?
Joel Osteen. One of the
Oh,
great
yeah.
workers of the Satanic Church right there.
Yeah, he's a con man of the highest order.
I shouldn't be so mean. It's actually, what is his name? He used to be Oral Roberts' pilot. What is his name?
I accidentally closed down my little Twitter thing. So my bad. Nuki, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear your shit.
Meow.
Right?
Meow. What was his name? Was it Hagen? There's one that I didn't mind, and there's one that just annoyed the crap out of me. Hagen. Yep, that was it. No, that wasn't it. Hagen. No.
Oh, yeah, I voted no on that because it said the Bible be taught in school, and I wrote no. I voted no. Someone on Facebook was like, go in and vote, but they were hoping for a yes vote. And so
Yeah.
last I saw, it was not going that way. But I'm curious. I want to vote no.
Well, and it's like I told my friend, I'm okay with a school having a, how can I put, like a religions studies course where a Bible is a part of, but then there's other things also being studied.
Oh, it's
I'm okay
almost
with that.
52% to 47%.
Right. And I'm okay with the Bible being taught as literature, but I really don't want teachers teaching, theology.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're already like people have complaints about how things are being taught, and what are you gonna do when you don't like the way the teacher interprets the scripture?
Exactly.
Like, what kind of weird shit? Somebody's gonna do some very what's the word I'm looking for? Like passive aggressive teaching. Like they're gonna follow the rules, but in a way that the people aren't gonna like. That's what's gonna happen with this.
Oh yeah. With the law of unintended consequences.
Oh yeah. But
Kitty is saying happy Canada Day and happy advanced July 4th.
Purr. Thank you, Kitty.
And Cronus is saying he likes Canadians, but not their leader.
That's fair.
I would concur.
Nuki, shut the fuck up, bitch. Nobody wants to hear your shit. She's like, all over there, everything. She's like purring and nuzzling on stuff.
I think it's cute.
Oh, it is, but like not constantly.
Right. I understand.
Oh, I know her. Like she was all right when I knew her, but I think her name is Rhonda. She has the Lion's Den, some church where people get together and like basically throw their sales pitch for running for office, and it's like in Edmond, like not far from North Sooner, but like I can't remember exactly where. But like I've met her, and she was actually in favor of the other guy, one of the other guys being for governor. But like he was still nice to me, and she told everybody like everybody has a right to speak and to be heard, and to make sure that I didn't get like a shitty welcome from everybody, which I thought was really cool of her.
Yeah,
So
that is
I mean,
cool.
they're all a little on the extreme side, but I do appreciate her like being cool with me and like trying to give me a fair chance. So I do like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I just wanted to give her a shout out for that. Let's see. Yep, I agree.
Look at his innocent face. That face. That face.
That is a
Right.
face who had a long hug with his guy friend in the lockers for sure. Like there's a little there's some bi curiosity. I can feel the vibe off him.
Not to sound all fruity, but I've become a fan of Jungian psychology.
Ooh.
Where I'm going with that is we all have a shadow side, and where I'm going with that is one of the, I don't mean to be challenging to fellow Christians or anything like that. I get trying to be a good person, trying to be moral, following Jesus. I get all of that. I get and believe in. But when you try to just crush your shadow side, it always comes out with a vengeance.
Mm.
And I don't know if you're right about Walters, although I suspect you are.
He's giving metrosexual vibes, but I feel like there's more to it.
But where I'm going with this is his danger if you are right. He's got that shadow side. That's not to say he should just dive in and be gay. I'm not saying that necessarily, but
Right. Just
you
be
have
who
to
you are. Be who
you
you are.
have to
If you Republican hard enough, they'll accept anybody.
yeah but you have to if you've
Gay,
got something like that, you have to face it.
right.
And
But gay or people of other races, as long as you Republican hard enough, they don't care.
yeah, true
I've
point.
seen it.
We are immigrants. We pay taxes. We help the economy. We're not criminals.
It says
We're not a threat.
federal judge halts new Oklahoma new immigration law. I actually don't know anything about this, so we're gonna poof make it bigger, and we're gonna read along, kids.
Okay. Canada got caught by Malaysia. I did not know that.
That's it.
Oh, Malaysia was shipping non-recyclable waste labeled
Oh,
as recyclable.
I fucked up.
So we shipped it back to them.
Nice.
Good on you, Sashi.
I fucking love that.
Frustrations may not pursue policies that undermine federal law. The Attorney General here in Oklahoma is disappointed by the ruling.
Yeah, I don't feel like that really explained a lot. It
That's the
basically
typical
told us somebody's
news.
unhappy with something, and it didn't really go much into that. So,
Yeah, the news is pretty awful anymore.
right.
Uh,
Now this offensive motherfucker wants to come and talk to the U.S. Congress. Okay, and how many people from other countries are coming and addressing Congress? Like, how often does that happen? Like,
don't know, honestly. I really don't.
I'm assuming not much.
Israel is now trying to justify its attack on UN nations or school. Israeli military claims the school is being used by the terrorists. Chris LeVay is following all this. Tel Aviv.
Yeah, they're going to come and try to defend attacking schools. Like, they've been attacking schools and hospitals.
Right.
That's supposed to be the no-go zones for people. It's crazy.
Looks like downtown Tulsa.
Oof.
I'm just teasing. It's not quite that bad yet. It's getting there. Ah, man. Whatever side of the aisle you're on, and whatever you think, you're just inhuman if you can't look at those people and just feel terrible that this shit's going on.
And if you think what's going on is okay, then how would you feel if there's like a school shooting and they decide to level the entire school because the shooter's in there somewhere among the civilians.
Yeah.
Would you think that was a good course of action? If not, then this is fucking ridiculous. January 6th, defendant handed Supreme Court win. I have to see this. This should be interesting.
Okay. And we haven't talked very much between the two of us about where you stand on some of that stuff, but
January 6th?
Yeah, and it's okay if you don't want to say, because I don't want
it's totally okay. I am always down for the underdog rebelling against the system. I always am. I am sad that the CIA or FBI or whoever, informants, whatever, were infiltrating and stirring up problems. Obviously, that's fucking terrible. But anytime there's a movement, it doesn't matter if it's January 6th folks, doesn't matter if it's 3%ers, doesn't matter if it's the Black Panthers, doesn't matter. The government doesn't like the idea of any group getting together, working together to rebel. So they're going to send infiltrators to fuck your shit up. They're going to have the media spin stuff a certain way, all that. And so, obviously, when I say I'm down for the underdog, obviously I never mean the paid fucking feds running in there fucking shit up.
Yes.
But yes, I am I'm all about the pro-Palestinian protesters. I'm all about the January 6ers. Hell, I'm all about the IRA if they're, doing it right. So, so I'm fine with all of that. When there was protests going on in 2020 and they burnt an empty police station, I thought that was fucking fantastic. The Black Lives Matter. I thought that was great. I mean, hey, at least they didn't burn anybody they were in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, if people go back and find that footage, because there was a particular one, I think it was one of the first ones that was broadcasted, they had set fire to. The windows were boarded up. So it actually looked like it might have been an old police station. It doesn't even look like it was necessarily one that was being functionally used. So I thought that was interesting, but whatever. But anyway, as long as people aren't in the building, I can understand setting fire to some shit. I wasn't mad at that. I wasn't mad at the January 6th protesters. I'm not mad at pro-Palestinian protesters, because if something's wrong, get together and try to, get heard. I'm all about it.
Yeah. When I first, I know I'm going to have liberal friends if they hear this just howl, but when I first saw what was going on January 6th, for just half a second, I felt that there was hope. And then when I saw, the QAnon shaman and
that dude's a fucking plant.
Yeah, I know that now, but at the time I didn't know shit.
That dude was too obvious. He was too I am the star of this show. I am the main character, vibes. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, he either was a plant or he just has some unfortunate mental health issues. And there it is.
Don't get me wrong, I thought it was hilarious they stole her podium. I thought it was Nancy Pelosi's podium. It was kind of weird because those things are heavy and this guy is carrying it out in one arm. I found that suspicious.
Yeah.
But I really still let the two-man lift. I don't know how he was carrying it out on one arm. This one guy was. But the idea that someone went in there and took Nancy Pelosi's fucking little podium, I think it's fucking hilarious. I think that's fucking terrific. I think it's great. I'm not even mad at that. That is funny to me.
My liberal friends would be shocked at you, just shocked.
Hey, I said I was okay with Black Lives Matter setting fire to the police station. It should balance out. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if people are being treated wrong, they need to say something and take action. So I'm not even mad. But
our founding fathers had,
they set fire to shit.
They would have. I don't know that they would have been okay with January 6th, but I will say that they would have. They would have.
If they knew what was going on, they probably would. They'd be like,
I think they would.
They'd be like, we were stacking bodies at 3% taxes. Like, y'all only now doing something. It makes me think of that meme, and it kind of makes fun of quotes that aren't actually true. And it says, "Stay strapped or get clapped." Signed, George Washington. I thought it was funny as fuck, and I'm like, kind of, yeah. But it says Supreme Court sided with a January 6th riot. Rioter. Friday. Okay. The court's ruling reigns in the Justice Department's ability to charge individuals who stormed the Capitol with obstruction. Good, because just because you're showing up to be ruckusy, some obstruction is necessary.
Yeah.
Like, the ruling now forces the Department of Justice to reevaluate pending charges. Good. Maybe they'll also reevaluate some of the people who've been in solitary confinement in jail for a while, too, while
Right.
we're at it. Because, free our people, man. We're not free if we're not all free, by gum. But,
Not wrong.
right? That's why I'm so amazed that, like, people are support January 6th. Like, I forget what it was. It's a group here in America where it's they're Jewish Voices, and they had were doing a sit-in at the Capitol because of what was going on in Gaza. And you see all these fucking Republicans going, well, are you going to get them for rioting at the Capitol? I'm like, why don't you support people rioting at the Capitol, you silly fuck? Instead of saying, well, if I don't have this right, they shouldn't either. How about if they have that right, so should I? Like, bring it up a notch, not try to bring someone else back down. No. You're doing it wrong. Let's see. The Supreme Court got this right, says Marjorie Taylor Greene. The justices ruled the Department of Justice went too far when it ow! Hey, you cunt! Get the fuck out!
She clawed you.
She was nuzzling my ankle and then decided she was going to sink her claw into it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Bitch, I will smack you with my sandal. Do not fuck with me, young lady. The Justice Department it ruled the Justice Department went too far when it charged rioters with trying to obstruct official proceedings. Well, fuck y'all. I mean, that's what a riot and protest do. It's supposed to interrupt stuff. Duh. Otherwise, if they were being all quiet and just sitting around, you wouldn't really fucking notice, would you? They will have something on their side finally in their defense against the Justice Department that is persecuting all political enemies. I agree with her. I know that doesn't happen very often because she's kind of a weird bitch. But in this one,
weird, yeah.
But in this one, she is correct. I agree with her here. So yes. All right. So yay
Later
for that.
bonus.
Yeah. Oh, in a 6-3 decision, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the Department of Justice must prove January 6th defendants charged with obstruction tried to tamper with or destroy documents. Like, I didn't see them fucking with documents. That's about the only thing. I mean, some people were walking out with a podium. One guy had his picture taken sitting with his feet on someone's desk, but I thought was hilarious. But I didn't see any paperwork, though. I didn't see any documents, but whatever. Anyway, that at least gives us some kind of fucking hope. And fucking Alan Dershowitz. God, this dude is such a fucking twit. Anyway, so Alan Dershowitz apparently is having a fit that Louisiana law is requiring the 10 Commandments. Well, fuck. It's all right. Having the 10 Commandments placed in a classroom is, I would prefer that over trying to force Bible teaching and threatening teachers' licenses if they don't.
Agreed.
But Alan Dershowitz is still a fucking idiot. I think it's so interesting how these Zionists are against, like, they use the Bible to quotes to get you to do what they want, but then when it comes to actually like displaying the 10 Commandments, they're like, no. And it's like, shut up, dude. You were like Epstein's attorney. I don't give a fuck what you think, Alan Dershowitz. I don't.
What is this?
He protects pedos. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. Of course he doesn't like the 10 Commandments. Because, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. And, nobody wants to be reminded what a piece of shit they are.
What's this thing that says that the text has to be similar to the King James translation?
I don't know, but that just means it's not even going to be like what it's originally intended to be, because they were doing this, what was it, the Reformation or fucking whatever the shit was going on? Yeah. All right, for those who don't know, Henry VIII, obviously he was a complete psycho incel. Well, this goofy incel, he was, though. The only reason why he was getting any poussoir was because he was king. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's his gout, his fucking stinky self, his fucking ulcerated sores. Dude, like, he was getting laid and killing bitches. And, like, I mean, dude was just not.
It's good to be the king.
Ugh. Well, yuck. Anyway, so these poor girls, like, the fact that he like didn't want Anna Cleves because he's like, she's ugly. I'm like, did they not have mirrors, my guy? Lucky woman. But anyway, so yeah, he was going around going, well, if I can't just go around, divorcing and fucking bitches, then I'm gonna have to kill bitches, and so I'm gonna make this whole Church of England so I can do whatever the fuck I want because religion needs to conform to me because I shouldn't conform to religion because why would I? I'm Henry VIII and I'm an asshole. So he started changing fucking shit. And then later in like 16 something or other, King James, who's obviously a dick, was like, you know what? Why should we stop there? I think we should change up a few things. So I'm going to get some motherfuckers that I like, some scribey motherfuckers, some probably little pre-Zionist motherfuckers, and whatevers. And we're going to write some shit up. We're going to retranslate it. Because one of the things, Nuki, bitch. I'll throw my shoe at you, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so, what was I at? Oh, yeah. Well, there was a one part of the Bible that said that basically, if your government or your kings or your leaders are fucking assholes, that you should rebel, basically, and not put up with that crap. Well, they neutered it down to something else so it wouldn't quite encourage, rebellion. And so, like, I feel like you just basically you want the King James translation because you want people not really to rebel against the government, but you want them to be basically controlled by the church the way the government wants us to be controlled by them. And I don't know. I think it's just a bunch of shit. I think there's too many things that have been retranslated and changed. And now we're going to have some teacher who, is going to malicious compliance. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Probably give some malicious compliance and pick some fucked up stuff in the Bible and interpret it some kind of way. And it's going to create havoc. People are going to start having more fights at school, and like the teachers are going to be catching shit from the parents, all because Ryan Walters thinks this is a good idea. And it's fucking not. Because if we're like worried about indoctrination at the schools, we're worried about them twisting history, then Oklahoma was losing its mind over the idea of teaching what's called critical race theory, which basically, looking at some of the curriculum, a lot of it was basically just explaining what happened to black people in this country. It's basically history class. And everybody got upset. And now you want to pick something like as sensitive as, a relationship with God and have the teachers now interpret it when you would assume that all the teachers were a bunch of like liberals trying to change their children in the first place. So it seems like they have forgotten that it's their church and their job to teach their kids about Nuki, shut the fuck up. Anyway, and so now they want the school to do it because they want the school to raise their kids, but they want them to raise kids the way they want them to raise them. Nuki!
You can't really have your cake and eat it too every time. Sometimes if you want your kids raised the way you want them raised, sometimes you have to raise them. I'm just saying.
Chase her with a fucking sandal. Okay. But anyway, and Alan Dershowitz is a fucking twit. I don't think having the 10 Commandments up on the wall is necessarily a bad thing. I did find it funny that a few years ago there was argument on whether or not to have it in like political buildings, and I obviously in like courthouses. And of course, how are you going to have a building full of lawyers with commandments like "Thou shalt not, steal, thou shalt not lie"?
Yeah.
Because no wonder they were uncomfortable with it, because that is how they work. And so
not wrong.
It's amazing. These people, I don't know what it's going to take for them to learn their fucking lesson and just go, you know what? Maybe we should not have opened this can of worms and back the fuck up. Because it's like, nah, let's see if we try it again. Maybe it'll work out to our favor this time. No. And well, it didn't. It's not. And like the harder they try, and I'm really worried that people are going to start being accused of witches and stuff. I mean, low key, they don't talk about it out loud, but they actually do kind of do that because they usually assume that you're some kind of biblical monster or witches and stuff like that. Like that lady I showed you, Rhonda, who I was giving a shout out to. God love her, but dude, she does like her and like somebody, I forget, some other lady I'm cool with, believes that like some of the shit going on in politics is witchcraft. And I'm like,
yeah, I've heard those.
I was like, I don't believe in witchcraft. Well, it's mentioned in the Bible. I'm like, they're probably surprised that people could float in the water with air in their lungs. They probably thought that was pretty fucking magical. But
as much as I despise Hillary Clinton, some of the things that are told about her being a lizard person or a witch or anything like that,
I don't think she's a witch. I think she's a bitch.
She is a bitch.
But I don't think she's a witch. If she was a witch, she would have won the election.
100%.
She's so fucking corrupt that even she's so terrible that even her own side doesn't like her that much. They tolerate her because they don't want to get killed.
Yeah,
and they'll smile and
exactly.
nod, but they're not going to fucking. They don't want somebody that like her to have power over them any more than whatever blackmail they already got on her.
Yeah, interesting thought.
There was there. What?
Howdy, Miss Frosty.
Oh, hello, Miss Frosty. Hold on. Let me get over here. Meow, meow. Hello. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, glad to hear it. I'm glad you are here. Ooh, lots of hugs to you, Miss Frosty Broccoli. All right.
You have a lot of fans in Canada.
Well,
That's
because
interesting.
you're not happy with the shit going on, I imagine.
Yeah, interesting.
And plus,
Very interesting.
well, that's uh, the Frosty Broccoli guy's wife. Remember how he became accidental friends? Well, that's his wife. So, like, you know.
But it's like there's
I do have multi-gun man.
and then
he's
there's
busy with
Kitty.
channel on and off for years. So
there's Kitty
so
XO
I do have a small collection of Canadians. It appears like
and
3 or 4.
Mikey Susie 4.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he is Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah, or at
My
least
bad. I forgot that.
No, it's all good. But yeah.
Oh, girlfriend actually. Close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
You put up with each other for years. That's close enough to being married, in my opinion. But
marriage.
But yeah, I feel like people have gotten themselves all kinds of worked up. Like, I personally, I don't believe in the whole witchcraft. I believe there's people who think they're witches.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but like, I feel like things would be going better for them if they actually had any fucking power.
I know both kinds. I know Christians that are way too interested in blaming stuff on witches, and I know people who claim to be witches, and they both kind of just weird me out.
Oh, I hear that.
Now
Sorry.
I'm willing, and yes, Miss Frosty, I know. I think the little bit I've talked to you guys, you two do seem to be very much in love, and I think that's awesome. I love that.
Heck yeah. And Cuomo, wasn't he like in charge of New York?
There was a Cuomo in charge of New York. Was it him?
I don't know. I think so.
Mayor
Is he the fucking idiot that was like, you know, had the stupid policies and was getting people killed? I feel like
I think it's a different Cuomo.
Is it? Okay. Because I thought.
That's okay because I wasn't sure either because they look similar enough that I almost wondered if they were maybe father and son or something.
You know what? Let's go see.
But the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, which is, I think, someone else. My bad if I'm wrong.
Okay, Andrew Cuomo is the guy. Okay. All right. So it is a different guy. I didn't. Okay. That's the stupid face I've ever seen. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry about that. Hold on.
What happened? Anyway, so yeah, Alan Dershowitz here does not want there to be a 10 Commandments, or at least not in the classroom. I understand not teaching Bible study in the classroom, but I don't think it's necessarily bad to have a reminder of not stealing, not killing, and
just
not being
having the 10
parents.
Commandments to me. I mean, again, I don't know that I would mandate it per se, but happening to have one up, I don't.
Yeah, because it says don't have any other gods. Let's see, no carved images or whatever. Let's say,
don't take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath, keep it holy, honor thy father and thy mother.
Thou shalt not kill, don't commit adultery, don't steal. Let's see, don't be lying about people, and don't be like salty and jealous and envious of other people's shit. Well, I'm modernizing, but the point is, I don't see that as necessarily a bad reminder for people not to be salty and jealous. You know, don't be lying about your friends at school. Don't be stealing their shit. Don't be hoeing around. Don't kill your little friends. You know, don't be a dick to your parents. Like, I don't see that's necessarily a really big deal to have up, but But the whole forcing the teachers to do Bible study or teaching it in the classroom and threaten their license if they don't, like fucking Ryan Walters is doing.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I feel like that's taking it just a bit too far.
And hello, Wes Cagle. He is letting us know that this Cuomo is the brother of the other Cuomo.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I did not know. That. Oh, also, so slight change of topic. God help me. War victims found in mass graves in Croatia. Yikes. A search is underway in Croatia for the remains of war victims killed more than 30 years ago. The remains of 10 people were found at a garbage dump earlier this month. That's fucked up. How much digging do they do at a garbage dump to find that from 30 years prior? What the fuck?
I have no idea.
And they believe they'll find more. Woof. That's fucked up. So I guess we'll look at the captions on this. I mean, I guess like the dump could have like avalanched over a little bit and they found some bodies. I mean, I guess. Because normally I wouldn't think to go digging in a trash dump for no reason unless I knew for sure something was there, which I guess maybe they found something that pointed that direction. I don't know. That's kind of fucked up to turn it to a trash dump. That's crazy. Yikes.
Hmm?
They're looking for like 1,726 people.
Wow.
150 mass graves. God dang.
320,000 cubic feet of waste. So basically, they had a mass grave and just left a big dump on them.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's probably a clever way to try to hide the mass graves by putting it under something people wouldn't want to dig in.
Probably happened in January of '92 after the temporary occupation. The city was reduced to rubble by the Yugoslav army, Serb paramilitary units in late 1991, I think. People are looking for the remains of their missing relatives. 11,600 people are still unaccounted for from the Balkan conflicts.
In the 1990s. That's crazy. That's a lot of people. All right. And then we have, is this bit right here? It says, we are living in the most dangerous anti-free speech period in our history. Probably darn close.
Yeah, it's been a bit, anyway, since it's been so threatened. Smash the censorship and industrial complex and restore free speech in America.
Except they also, but his party, our party, whatever, are the same ones that want to silence pro-Palestinian protesters.
Yeah, exactly.
You're only allowed to protest what they think is okay for you to protest.
Exactly.
And this asshole is about the same, really. He's like, we respect protest peacefully. Fuck off.
Respectfully, I think he's worse. I think he's the worst of the two.
Yeah, he's evil and crazy and stupid. And everybody around him.
They're both bad. If you read the Taibbi papers, they both were in bed with big tech to silence people, but Biden was profoundly worse at it.
I'm going to toss Nuki in the back office. That bitch drives me nuts.
My dog is down here begging for pets.
Aw.
Do you miss me, baby? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You've been a really good girl today. Yes. Yes, you have. Yeah. I have the best dog ever.
Aw.
Is Raquel doing a stream after this?
I do not know.
If not, I know Troy Pacelli is playing the Captain America movies to celebrate the July 4 holiday.
No.
Miss Frosty, that excuse of a debate was so cringe. It was.
Oh, I know it. Like, I died a little inside. I was like, bruh. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that.
I do.
150 done. Okay, there we go. I made the captions bigger.
Oh, there we go. Free speech really adheres to us as human beings. It's not just because we're citizens, it's because we need free speech to be fully human. Well, duh, that's right. The view was lost within a few years of the Adams administration, which became, until the Biden administration, the most, and that's true, the Alien and Sedition Acts were just blatantly wrong. He thinks President Biden is rivaling them. We have the largest censorship system in history. More importantly, we have this alliance of government, corporations, media, and academia, and all supporting censorship, blacklisting, and other forms of limitations.
It's very much true, because there's a website called Canary Mission where Zionists, like anybody who's pro-Palestinian, and they're basically doxing them, putting up their name, where they live, where they work, where they go to school, and a picture, if they can, of them on, like I said, on a website called Canary Mission. So they are all about blacklisting people who don't agree with them.
Cancel culture. It's on both sides.
That website is absolutely dedicated to it. So anybody who doesn't know, by all means, look up Canary Mission and you'll see it. It's astounding. I feel like going checking to see if I'm on it, but I'm not important enough, to be honest.
Well, you never know.
Maybe. Well, not that I'm important. It's just that they want to make sure they fuck up anybody's lives they can.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you've run for governor. That might just put you on the radar. I don't know.
But you know what? Let me see if I can go find it. All right. Let's see. Canary Mission. Canary Mission. Medical list. Medical professionals. Oh, so yeah, they're going after them too.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah, student professional in California. Oh, supposedly she's praised the angry artist of Austria. Supposedly. This guy is supposedly guilty of spreading anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish conspiracy theories. Physically attacked an Israeli and called for the death. Okay, supposedly. Well, again, I didn't see it, so. Nuki! Anyway, stated that she would give. Oh, yikes. That's pretty unprofessional.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I get that one. That's pretty fucked up, saying you'd give somebody the wrong meds. But if they're supporters of Israel, but if you're at work, how do you know if they are or not? Like, I feel like
hopefully you don't.
Right? But yeah, that's inappropriate. So, I mean, fair enough to that. That is kind of fucked to say. But let's see. Always like how they put conspiracies in there just to try to make it sound crazy. Conspiracy theories have spread anti-Semitism, promoted hatred of Israel, blah, blah, blah. Let's see.
And who runs canarymission.org?
They accidentally snitched on themselves. I don't have the video handy, but it's just two guys who started it, and they hinted at some stuff, and they go, I mean, if we were in charge of it, like it kind of slipped up. It was Nuki, calm down, bitch. Oh my god. Students, professionals. Oh yeah, so they're going after students. I don't know what students they go after. I don't know if it's just like let's see. Some of them look a little young, so I don't know if they're like in high school or not.
Well, unless I'm misspelling your name, you're not in here.
All right, I'm probably not cool enough to be in there.
And I'm not either. So huzzah! We have remained under the radar.
Let me see if I can find someone who looks kind of young and see if they're actually like in high school. So I'm wondering if they're going after high school kids or not. Like I low key am curious about that. So let's pick someone who looks a little bit young and see. University. So a student at the university. Okay, so he's probably not like super super young. Like, okay, this kid, university. Okay, so they don't. They're probably being careful about going after people under 18 because they would look like they're bullying kids,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to. They don't want that look, probably. Oh, thank you, Muffin. Oh, so cigarettes were delivered. Yay. All right, let's see. So, like, I do sort of like kind of wonder if they would have to be careful about that. So let's get like
Is
it,
this a Canadian website? Because it's got a Canadian flag on it.
I don't. Oh, that's not Canadian. Like, what is that about? Oh, an American one. So I guess it's different ones. So like, I guess that one covers Canada. This one covers America. Oh nope, there's little Canadians there too. Okay, I do not understand that. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is on that. But let's see, professionals, organizations, ex Canary. I don't know what that means.
Were formally investigated, featured, but have since rejected the latent anti-Semitism.
Oh, so basically they were bullied into being quiet and apologizing, and that's where they go.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I apologize for even considering a path to peace. It's oh, wait, hold up. Being a racist I think it's despicable is what she's trying to say. I would never value one religion or color over another. So yeah, these are people who got bullied and shamed into being quiet and have to apologize publicly. So wow. Dang. Let's see, I removed myself from the college's SJP. I don't know what SJP is. So does it say? Oh, Justice for Palestine. Students for the Justice of Palestine. So that's what it is.
Oh, yeah. You very
Many of them
possibly.
told other pro-Palestinian students not to trust me because I'm Jew. I find that a little unlikely. I unknowingly became entangled in a dangerous web of hatred and ignorance. I truly recognize my mistake for those who deny the anti-Zionism rhetoric. Oh, whatever. I began to do my own research outside of social media. Canary Mission has followed one true cause, and that is exposure. So, wow. So somebody's like, thank you, big brother, basically is the attitude here. Oh, wow. Why I'm no longer anti-Zionist. Wow. It's not even about being anti-Israel, it's anti-Zionist. So that's fine. I never understood the gravity of what Hamas had done to Gaza and blah, blah, blah. So that's wild. So yeah, these people were basically probably harassed and bullied into apologizing and like, wow. Man. I think a lot of this is probably made up. Not all of it, but probably a lot of it. So it's like I will make sure to get both sides of the story. Whatever. We know both sides of the story. That's why we were against what was happening.
Well, to be fair, maybe they didn't know both sides, but I know that you.
Well, the more you read about it, I don't know how you can't be.
Right.
I'm wrong for speaking ill against. Wow. Anybody who's pro-Palestine would be like, I wasn't talking against Jews. Like, so
Yeah,
I feel like some of these are like made up to.
Yeah, I mean, and again, maybe I misinterpret you, and if I do, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're anti-Jew. I don't think you're anti-Israel. I think you're anti-corruption in the Israeli government.
Right,
If I'm
exactly.
understanding you correctly.
And so those who are saying things like, "Oh, I didn't mean to speak against all the Jews and stuff,"
Because if
that
I
I feel like
honestly,
that's the fake
yeah,
endorsement they put on it.
if I honestly thought you were truly anti-Jewish or
Right?
anti,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
different.
that would be different. I wouldn't be on here.
Exactly.
I'd be one of these people. Oh, Moira McCabe is blah 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 blah.
Well,
You know.
you probably wouldn't do that, but you probably just wouldn't
Well,
go
yeah,
on board with this.
yeah.
Because you're not really known for reaming people like just because you don't agree with them.
No,
But
no.
yeah, no, I don't. Well, there was a time, like I said before, it became lies. I've avoided people like dating people who I knew were Catholic because like a couple people I dated were absolutely just shitbags with absolutely no accountability, and and so I kind of jokingly blamed that on their religion. But like that's the only time. That is the only time.
Yeah,
Never against anyone who's Muslim or Jewish or like any other religion. Like never had a problem. Like it was just like a couple of Catholics. I was like, God dang, I can't date these fucking people. Jesus
well,
Christ.
yeah. Any
Because
group that
they
gets
think it's
big
okay.
enough.
A lot of them kind of do like, oh, I can do whatever I want as long as I ask some guy in a little closet, like ask him to forgive me. I'll give a couple of Hail Marys, a couple of Our Fathers, and I can go back to being a douchebag again.
Yeah.
And when you're dating a guy who has no accountability, it's just fucking annoying. And so, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of them aren't real. I think a few of the way the wording was, it sounds like, because, there's a difference between Zionist and Jewish. Like, there's a lot of Jewish people who are Zionist, but that's also like saying there's a lot of nationalists. A lot of nationalists are Christian, but there's probably a lot of like people who are very nationalist without having a religion, or aren't Baptist or aren't Catholic, or so one doesn't preclude the other, but one is not mutually exclusive either. So it's kind of like, so the wording there, I feel like it was Zionists writing that to because that's how they see it. Oh, inappropriate. It's criminal. Yeah, being able to
We beat Medicare.
the fuck. Wait, what?
Oh, it was the probably Biden's low point in the debate.
Oh my God! Oh, I think there was a couple of scenes where he said we beat something, and Trump just kind of looked at him like, what?
Well, this time, and here's the deal: I am gonna give Trump some props on this one. Don't get me wrong. I'm still not saying that he did a great job.
He just didn't do as bad as Biden.
But he did way better, and he did better than he normally does.
Well, yeah.
And in my humble opinion, and my opinion of it is that for a change, he actually restrained himself, and just showing some self-restraint was enough to make it.
He probably figured as long as he showed some restraint, he was bound to win, because you get sometimes when people are crazy like Biden, you just gotta let them just fuck themselves over. Like, don't help them. Just stay out of their way and let them fuck themselves up. And he did. And oh boy, it did. He did that. And I was just like, damn, this is so cringe. Like, because I didn't watch it that night because our power was out and I didn't feel like using the last bit of my battery power to try to watch it. Plus, I forgot that it was even going. I think you're the one that told me it was on.
Well, I was reminded.
You or somebody was telling me it was on. I'm like, fuck, I didn't realize that was tonight.
I think I did because of I still want to call her my girlfriend, not because I'm not willing to be her boyfriend, but I feel like a dummy.
Oh, you're saying the fabulous lady that you've been seeing.
The woman that I've been trying to date was telling me that she was watching the debate, and I had totally forgotten about it. And so I started to watch it, and then as I was watching it, I started thinking about you, because I was like, oh, Moira would love to see some of this crazy shit.
Some of it's funny, but sometimes it's so cringe, it's hard to watch. Like,
yeah.
Because if you don't like Biden, watching him make cringe that hard, it's like, oh, that's uncomfortable to watch.
I do feel like, okay, I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth, so maybe I could be a politician here, but this was Trump's best performance ever. This was Biden's worst.
Oh, I don't know about that, because he has so many.
He does, and it's the worst that I remember.
We beat Medicare. What the fuck?
We beat Medicare.
Why would you beat Medicare?
Well, and that was where, so many times Trump didn't, and I actually give him props for this because to me, that subtle contrast was actually much smarter.
Oh yeah, I think that's
than
what he
going
was
after
going
him.
for.
But most of the time in that first hour, and I haven't watched the rest of it, so I hear the last half hour he finally does kind of go for it. But
yeah, part of it was funny because he was like, I don't know how to respond because I don't know what he said.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, I get that because I wouldn't know what to say to that either. Like, how do I respond? Because, sir, I don't know what just happened. Like, did you have a stroke? Like, what was that?
But when Biden said that we beat Medicare, his response was, "Yeah, you beat it into the ground." And I'm again not pro-Trump. I'm probably not.
Well, that was funny because
it was funny.
If anyone's mad that Trump said that, you just got to realize that Biden let it happen.
Well, I think, and again, forgive me.
Even Democrats are like, dude, step down for real. Like, even they're like, yeah.
The funny thing that you say that, I've seen site after site. I mean, the social media has exploded.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, even I decided to do a take on it.
Right.
But according to my sister, who I'm having a Biden moment myself. She takes care of elderly people.
Right.
And I guess one or two of her clients will just listen to CNN nonstop.
Oh, Jesus, man.
So she didn't.
I'd have to go to a different house.
Well, she can't. Well, but she's got to. She's got to make a living. So it's either take care of them or go starve. So she takes care of them.
They better leave me some shit in their will.
Yeah. Well.
If I had to sit there and listen to CNN day in and day out, you better leave me some stuff in your will like I was a sugar baby.
But I asked her, and according to her, she has heard nothing but the standard propaganda. So I don't know if that means, because within the 24 hours after the debate, CNN had, or maybe not CNN, but a lot of left-wing pundits just suddenly started to distance themselves,
Right. It's bad when that happens.
And I just wonder if they're circling their wagons now or if they're doubling down.
Sometimes it's so cringe you can't even spin it. You're like,
and don't get me wrong, I get, because I've supported people who ended up letting me down. So I get your ego's involved. I get all that. I do. But I don't know how you can look at this and
find any kind of silver lining in it.
And think that this, well, we've got to stop Trump. Okay, you know what? Great. I don't support Trump either, but to this extent?
Right?
Really?
Sometimes
Trump is so bad. You're telling me that Trump is so bad that we want someone who can't.
The guy can barely function. They couldn't even drug him well enough to be able to answer some questions. They couldn't drug him well enough. But sometimes they give him some drugs, I think, and he kind of perks up and he gets a little more focused. Man, this dude was somewhere else. The way he was staring at the microphone and staring down, like he was seeing like he was having this kind of flashback.
I really think he was trying to convey the horror that the left. I don't know if they I think they must, because I have a lot of left-leaning friends, and either they're lying to me or they honestly do feel like this horror at everything that Trump does and says. And I think that's what he was trying to convey. But it didn't
go out of it, though. Even his wife at the end of it had to come usher him off the stage.
Wasn't that the most horrible thing you ever saw?
That was so rough. I was like,
you did a good job. You answered every question. That's what my mother said to me when I was 3.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but
this is elder abuse. No, I'll be absolutely disrespectful. But no, I mean, this is absolute elder abuse that's going on at this point. Yeah. He probably could have been like held accountable for his crimes like years ago, but like now
Yeah,
he
it's
doesn't
too
have the mental
late.
capacity. If you
He
don't have the
just
mental capacity to be held accountable for your crimes, then how the hell can you be elected?
now. I don't know who's running the country,
Uh,
and that to me is, one. This is how I've been feeling for about 2 years now.
right.
I don't know about other people, but for almost 2 years
State.
now, I've been here, not pro-Trump, not swallowing the right-wing stuff, not saying that Trump never lies, but just knowing that there's an incompetent president up there. It has nothing to do with his politics or anything he does. It's just, my dad has dementia. I know what the fuck it looks like. I know exactly what the fuck it looks like. Don't put that up there and then tell me that that's not it.
Right. It's
Um,
definitely got something going on.
yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take over your stream.
Oh no. You're totally fine.
This was fun.
Indeed. I feel like I've got a lot off my chest. Like, oh
Yes.
yeah, we went through a lot of tabs.
That'll be
Shut the fuck up.
that'll be $49.99 in therapy.
Right?
If nothing else, I hope I'm useful for that.
Oh no, you're fabulous. Don't even worry about it.
You're wonderful. Thank you. You're very kind. You're very kind. I know, like I say, I know that I'm not saying I disagree with you much, but I know I'm not as feisty as you are. I'm not as willing to get in your face, but I do think we agree on like 80 to 90% of the things that are important.
Right.
And I respect the heck out of you. Yeah. That's whatever you might think of Reagan, and I've lost some of my respect for him, but there's still things that he said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he was a fabulous speaker. Like, dude.
He was a fabulous speaker. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like Nuki. Be quiet. Ain't nobody answering that call. The only boy in this house is fixed. Oh, my neighbor's here. She heard me saying this. I heard her giggle.
but I know, paraphrasing him, if you and I agree on even 60% of things, then we're not enemies. We should get together on that 60%,
right, and
work toward that, and we can worry about that other 40% afterward. And I think that he was right on that. And I hate this political divide, because I suspect that in spite of all the insanity, that there are a fair number in both camps that, if we could just shut the fuck up about about Trump and Biden, we might find that we do agree on about 60-ish% of things, and we might be able to get that 60% taken care of. But no, we're going to be divided. We're going to hate Trump. We're going to hate Biden. And I don't hate him. I do. I hate. And it's okay that you do. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that, but
I can't. This chin. Look at the weird. He's got like a weird like butt chin thing. But like, it's not even have like a normal like crease, like a little like butt crack in it. It's like he's got two marbles under there, like off here and over here. Like, what is that?
Sadly, I'm going to wish I looked that good in another 30 years, but anyway.
No. Hold up. Like, all right, I want to download that and go get it, because I got to zoom into that shit.
But yeah, no one is above he's trying to convey that horror. And
that chin, though. Like, what is that? What is that center thing?
It's a dimple.
No, that is a weird dimple. You can fit a whole thumb.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a real dimple.
It's like a lump over here and then a weird lump over here. It doesn't even look real. Actually, look at the neck. What the fuck?
He's had a bunch of plastic surgery.
Look at the neck. It looks fake. It looks like it's edited on there.
Oh, yeah.
Weird blur spot here, and then like weird lines here.
And don't get me wrong.
And look at that. Look, there's no neck wrinkle. Where's his neck wrinkle?
But it's been
everybody has lines on their neck. Even I do, and I'm half his age. Actually, I'm more than half. I'm more than half his age. And
plastic surgeons.
No, surgeons. They wouldn't have left the chin looking like that. It looks like there's one testicle in there. Look at that. Jesus, it's fucking weird though. Like,
Now look what they did this
That neck
Michael
shape.
Jackson, though. I mean,
Well, yeah, but this is like he still had like some definition. There's just like blur, and then like there's like blurring. There's actually a blur tool used on this, so I can see a line is trying to be right here.
well, maybe Fox deep faked him, like they all say.
Probably, he probably was. Everybody was making fun of Trump for being orange, bruh.
Did you see? I don't mean to keep this going too long, but did you see the video where he's turning around and it looks like he's just waving hi to nobody?
Oh God,
And the
I
left
saw
and the left was making like a big deal that it was deep faked. Have you seen the other angle of it?
no.
Okay. The truth is, yes, there was somebody there, but it's still awkward as hell.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, nobody else is turning around, at least for a while. The parachuters act like he's not even there. He's acting weird and awkward and kind of like a kid. And again, that's dementia. That's where that goes. And maybe I'm sure his supporters are, oh, he's just being playful and this and that. Well, maybe, but I suspect there's more to it, because then everybody finally did turn around and awkwardly led him away. It's still awkward. It's not as bad, but it's still awkward. You gonna go watch?
Oh yeah, I will in a second. Hold on, I found something else. Man, they are using a blur tool on him. You use a blur tool too much, it looks really fucking weird. So it says, Biden today, I will respect the limits of presidential power as I have for 3.5 years. Biden before. Supreme Court blocked me from relieving student debt, but they didn't stop me.
We beat Big Pharma, which is now my second favorite Bidenism.
Yeah, I can't even, Nuki! Shut up! Silly bitch.
I agree with Miss Frosty.
Right?
Like,
yeah, they all
it would be like me taking my dad and
propping
what?
up like weekend at Bernie's and shit. To get
we're gonna run you for Senate or whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Might win. No, I'm kidding.
All good. All good. No teasing allowed. I'm too fragile. I'm a fragile flower. I can't take teasing.
Oh
no. All right.
Well, I think I got a lot off my chest. So who's going live?
Now that I've killed the conversation?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
But all right, so let me see who's going to be live. Oh, yes, Troy is on. What the fuck?
Is there someone else?
Called a vegan zombie apparently is live. I'm gonna have to go see that just because what the fuck?
I don't remember a vegan zombie.
Well,
I don't.
I don't either. But zombie Hawaiian pizza of vegan style. The vegan style. Nuki, calm down. My girl is going fucking bonkers over there.
Okay, at least for the people I'm subscribed to.
Pop culture curator is on.
Who?
Pop culture curator is on.
I may not be subscribed to him because I don't see him. I see Last Call at the movies. I see you. I see Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies.
Mm-hmm.
Hercules Conquers Atlantis. It's kind of tempting to go there, but I think I'll go to Troy's just because I'm a jerk.
Yeah, I'll probably go there too because it's the only person I know that's live at the moment that have actually said more than 3 words to.
Hey, I like Mr. Lundell.
I think he's been on people's live streams where I was, and I said hi to him. And he seems okay, but I don't know him super well. I might swing by and say hi. Actually,
I may try to ping pong both of them, which ends up being not great, really, but at least they both get support and some stuff. So. Got any cool July 4 plans going? Will Keys move his music? Sorry, go ahead.
Do it.
Wilkie's Movies and Music is also doing some live stuff right now.
I don't know if it's
Just saying.
Is it Curtis? Oh, wait, is it Curtis Gilkey? Oh no, it's Gilkey, not Wilkie. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Wilkie.
I was thinking something. Anyway, I got some leftover fireworks from last year, which is great because we don't really have the money for fireworks this year. So we have a few mortar shells and some like other little colorful light up things. So we'll probably just be doing that.
I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I'm
just kidding.
I know I might go see my sister if the fatigue wasn't flaring up so damn bad.
Slam a coffee and get on it.
And I wish it worked like that. I really
it might
do.
temporarily help.
It doesn't.
Oh,
it doesn't. Yeah. If it, there's a reason. There's reasons why I talk about it. I kind of almost want not to, but I don't know how to make any of it make sense if I don't. So, but if it weren't flaring up, I'd love to go see Matt Cheatwood this weekend.
Well,
but I will probably just.
Oh wait, is he here? Oh, I think we covered this before. He's here, isn't he?
He's in Tulsa, or not really in Tulsa. He's out east.
I didn't realize he was. Wait. He's not from Tulsa, is he?
No, he's. I want to say he's from California originally, but he's lived in.
What the fuck's he doing in Tulsa?
He's lived in Oklahoma for about 25 years. He fell in love with.
He was from here. I feel like a fucking twit.
No. Well, he sort of is, but he sort of isn't. He's been here long enough that he's in Oklahoman. But he's not native to Oklahoma. I want to say he grew up in California, went to the military. I'm not 100% sure what happened in between the military and moving here, but then he moved to Oklahoma and he's got a family here, and he very respectfully to him, he and I both come from kind of fucked up backgrounds,
right
but he has done very well. Considering that he's not a millionaire, but he's done very well considering where he's been and the challenges he's dealt with. And he's dealt with worse challenges than I have and has done it better than I have. So my hat's off to him. And I'd love to see him, but it probably ain't going to happen this week. So.
Right on.
Anyway, now that I brought everyone down.
If you do see Matt Cheatwood, though, tell him I said meow.
Okay, I will. I'll try to remember because, my memory sucks.
That's fair. Well, do your best.
All right.
Anyway, everybody, we love you and thank you so much for coming to visit us. Yeah, we got, let's see, Daniel who came by, and Kronos, of course, and Troy, who for some reason I keep trying to call him Tony, poor guy. Sashi,
and Kitty.
Let's see. And of course, Kitty XOXO. Meow meow. Let's see.
Ms. Frosty.
Oh, yes, Miss Frosty Broccoli and Wes Cagle. We love them. Mwah, mwah.
Wunderbar people, wunderbar. I have no idea.
It means wonderful in German.
Oh, I know. I just.
Oh, sorry.
Don't know why.
I don't know, and I was like, oh, my bad.
Just felt like
that too literally. I'm sorry.
Have a good night, Miss Frosty, and remember, everyone, you're not going mad. You're going sane.
Right.
In a world gone mad.
Right. And now that I've gotten so used to like the intro and outro, I might as well just play it. Because when I just shut it down after talking like all this, like it feels weird. Just like I feel like that was abrupt. So I need to stop.
Yeah, play music. Yeah.
Welcome to the ship show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of twats. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder dash.